You feel it building. That heat in your chest. Someone cuts you off in traffic. Your boss overlooks your work. Your partner doesn't listen. And before you know it, you're complaining, venting, releasing that pressure. And for a moment, it feels good, like you're doing something. But then you look around. You're still angry, still stuck, still exactly where you were. And nothing has changed. Here's what the Stoics knew that most men never learn. Complaining is the tax you pay for staying weak. And today, we're breaking that cycle. 8 mindsets that separate winners from complainers. 8 shifts that change everything. Let's go. Because here's the thing. Complaining feels productive. It feels like you're addressing the problem. You're naming it. You're calling it out. You're making sure everyone knows how unfair it is. But deep down, you know the truth. You're not solving anything. You're just rehearsing your pain over and over, making it stronger, giving it more power. And the worst part? While you're stuck in that loop, life is moving forward without you. You get rejected for a job you wanted. Your first instinct? Complain. The market is unfair. They didn't see your value. The system is rigged. And maybe that's true. But here's the thing. While you're complaining, someone else is applying to 10 more jobs, building new skills, networking, moving forward. One path keeps you stuck. The other builds momentum. Which one are you choosing? Or maybe it's your relationship. She doesn't appreciate you. She doesn't see how hard you work. She doesn't understand the pressure you're under. So you complain to your friends, to yourself, maybe even to her. And what changes? Nothing. Because complaining doesn't build connection. It doesn't create understanding. It just creates distance. And here's the beautiful part. You already know this. The Stoics faced betrayal, war, plague, loss. Marcus Aurelius ruled an empire while watching his children die. Epictetus was a slave, beaten and broken. Seneca was exiled, stripped of everything he built, and yet they didn't complain. Not because their lives were easy, but because they understood something most men never grasp. Complaining is a choice, and every time you choose it, you're choosing weakness over strength, reaction over response, victimhood over power. So what's the alternative? What do winners do differently? It's not that they don't feel the frustration. They do. It's not that life treats them better. It doesn't. It's that they've made 8 critical shifts in how they see the world. 8 mindsets that change everything, and once you understand them, you can't go back. First shift. Complainers focus on what happened. Winners focus on what happens next. You can't change the past. You can't undo the rejection, the betrayal, the loss, but you can choose your next move. And that's where your power lives. Not in what was done to you, but in what you do now. Second shift. Complainers need to be right. Winners need to move forward. You can spend your energy proving how unfair it was, how wrong they were, how justified your anger is. Or you can spend that same energy building something better. One keeps you stuck in the past, the other creates your future. Third shift. Complainers see obstacles as problems. Winners see obstacles as information. That rejection? It's telling you something. Maybe your skills need work. Maybe your approach needs adjustment. Maybe this path isn't the right one. But you'll never hear that message if you're too busy complaining about the obstacle. Fourth shift. Complainers wait for conditions to improve. Winners improve their response to conditions. You can wait for your boss to recognize you, for your partner to appreciate you, for the world to be fair. Or you can become the kind of man who doesn't need external validation to know his worth. That strength is still there. It's always available. Fifth shift. Complainers talk about their problems. Winners talk about their plans. Next time you feel that urge to complain, try this instead. Say what you're going to do about it. Not what's wrong. Not how unfair it is. What's your next move? What are you building? Where are you going? Watch how fast the energy shifts. Sixth shift. Complainers bond over shared misery. Winners bond over shared growth. It's easy to find people who will validate your complaints, who will agree that life is unfair, that you got screwed, that you deserve better. But those conversations keep you weak. Find the men who challenge you to grow, who ask what you're doing about it, who push you forward instead of holding you back. Seventh shift. Complainers see their emotions as truth. Winners see their emotions as data. You feel angry. That's real. You feel frustrated. That's valid. But feelings aren't facts. They're signals. And the question isn't whether you feel them. It's what you do with them. Do you let them control you? Or do you use them as fuel? Eighth shift. Complainers ask why this happened to them. Winners ask what this makes possible. Every setback is a setup. Every loss creates space for something new. Every rejection redirects you towards something better. But only if you're willing to see it. Only if you stop complaining long enough to look for the opportunity. So here's what we've been talking about. 8 shifts in how you see the world. First, focus on what happens next, not what happened. Second, prioritize moving forward over being right. Third, see obstacles as information, not problems. Fourth, improve your response instead of waiting for conditions to change. Fifth, talk about your plans, not your problems. Sixth, bond over shared growth, not shared misery. Seventh, treat emotions as data, not truth. Eighth, ask what this makes possible, not why it happened to you. These 8 shifts, they're not complicated, but they're powerful. Because most men never make them. They stay stuck complaining about the same things, year after year. But you're different. You're here. You're listening. You're ready to shift. Marcus Aurelius, ruling an empire, facing plague and war and betrayal, wrote this down. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. And he wasn't talking about abstract philosophy. He was talking about this. Right now, when someone disrespects you, when life doesn't go your way, when everything feels unfair, that's when your power matters. Not when things are easy, when they're hard. Because here's what nobody tells you. Complaining is comfortable. It's familiar. It gives you something to do with your anger. It makes you feel justified. But comfort is expensive, and the price you pay is your momentum, your growth, your future. Every minute you spend complaining is a minute you're not building, not improving, not moving forward, and time doesn't care about your complaints. It just keeps moving. So what do? You catch yourself. You feel that heat building in your chest, that urge to vent, to complain, to tell everyone how unfair it is. And you pause, just for a second. And you ask yourself one question: does this move me forward? Does this build something? Does this make me stronger? And if the answer is no, you redirect. You choose a different path. You choose power over victimhood, response over reaction, strength over comfort. You've already done this. You've already faced hard things and pushed through. You've already chosen strength when it would have been easier to complain. That capacity is still there. Right now, in this moment. You don't need to build it. You just need to choose it. And here's the cold truth. The world doesn't reward complainers. It rewards builders. It rewards men who take what life gives them and make something with it, who turn rejection into fuel, who turn obstacles into opportunities, who turn pain into power. Not because they're special, not because they're lucky, but because they made a choice. The same choice you can make right now. Epictetus, the slave who became one of history's greatest philosophers, said this: "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." And that's the whole game. Not controlling what happens. You can't. But controlling how you respond. That's where your power lives. That's where winners are made. So for the next 24 hours, just notice. Catch yourself when you start to complain. Don't judge it. Don't beat yourself up. Just notice. How many times does that urge come up? What triggers it? What does it feel like in your body? And then, just once, try something different. Instead of complaining, state your plan. Instead of venting, take action. Instead of rehearsing your pain, redirect your energy toward building something better. Because that's how this works, not with one big dramatic shift, but with small choices, made over and over, until they become who you are. Until complaining isn't even an option anymore. Until your default response to adversity is action, growth, momentum. That's when everything changes. That's when you become the kind of man who doesn't need to complain, because he's too busy winning. You've always had it. The Stoics knew it. And deep down, you know it too. That strength is still there. Right now, in this moment. The only question is whether you're going to choose it, whether you're going to stop complaining and start building, whether you're going to stay stuck or move forward. And I think you already know the answer. Stay forged, brothers. Type "I'm forged" in the comments. And if this hit you where you needed it, share it with someone who needs to hear it too. We rise by forging others. This is how we build. This is how we grow. One choice at a time, one shift at a time, until we become men who don't complain. We conquer.